In this video, I'm going to share with you a simple exercise that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to expand your awareness. It's going to leave you feeling emotionally awesome, and you're going to be left thinking good thoughts about other people. So, this is an imagination exercise. That means that we are not using our physical body to do it. We're going to draw on our mental body, which is really our thoughts and our memories, and the language and labels of what objects look like or what things look like. And we're going to draw on our emotional body because we want to feel the feelings that come up when we view these scenarios or stories that we're going to imagine. And we're going to mostly draw on our consciousness, our awareness. We're going to engage our observational body in two ways, really. One, to observe the stories that we create, to observe the story and the emotion that it elicits or unlocks. And two, to hold the story up here in this mindset, because, it's not happening in the physical world, so we can't hold it out there. We can't witness it out there in our physical environment. So let's get started. Slingshotting is a very simple concept. You imagine a giant slingshot, and then you imagine a bunch of people who you run across throughout your day, who you know from your past or your present. And then you slingshot those people. You load them into it one at a time. You slingshot them for like this gentle ride up into the sky to a higher plane, to a higher way of thinking, to higher abundance, or to higher realization of their goals and aspirations, the things they really want in life. You're catapulting or slingshotting them up so that they receive those things. And really, this is a way you could say it's focused imagination or constructive imagination about others. You could say it is prayer in a way, which, is really just like picturing awesome things for other people that you just sense they may want. So it's going to leave you feeling awesome because what are you doing really? You're playing with your imagination. So you're exercising that, stretching that out, right? You're experiencing the anything is possibleness. So that's a great concept to get awakened and sparked and plugged into. And you're going to feel the flow of emotions when you witness people knowing they're getting launched up into this higher plane, up into the sky where it's safe. They're not going to fall or anything like that. You're going to picture them going 200 feet into the sky, boom, from the slingshot, and landing cushiony on some big pillow like a cloud that they won't fall through. And knowing that when they land up there, that the things they really want in life are evolving, and they're finding them and they're embodying them. And those are the images and the ideas you're going to hold when you have that purpose of slingshotting them. And you can do this with anyone. You can slingshot your neighbor, you can slingshot, your friends, your family members. You can slingshot people from the past that maybe you didn't have the best relationship with, that they're just not accessible now, but you just want to think some awesome stuff for them. You can slingshot them up there too. And what's going to happen is you're going to feel awesome. So there's just three things you really need. You need a slingshot, you need an environment to do this story, and you need people. When it comes to the slingshot, you know what a slingshot looks like because you've seen it. It's in your memory. So whether you saw a slingshot from like a TV show, or you've looked up the word slingshot and saw a picture of one, or maybe you had a slingshot when you were little, or maybe your neighbor or your friend did, whatever way that you dig into your own memory, your own personal story, and you dig up the idea of a slingshot, you can use that one. Or you can be creative with it. You can change the color, you can change what it's made out of. You can just make one in your mind, in your imagination. Mine is red with, it's got like these silver bands on it. And wow, I kind of see that. I like that. So whatever, you make it up yours any way you want. That's the nice thing about these types of exercises and using our imagination is they all follow some basic principles, but then you have the freedom to be able to create the imagery the way that you prefer. And isn't that really what life is anyway? Like we all have this awareness and this self and these memories, and we can then use our consciousness to create a variety of life. So create your slingshot any way you like. It should be like 20 to 30 feet big. It should be this giant slingshot that real people could actually go in and be pulled back and launch. You probably got to give yourself some superpower in order to be able to be the one that can pull it back or plant it into the ground and then pull back, when the people walk in to launch them up. Or maybe it's a kind of slingshot where it's real big, but if you press a button on it, maybe it shrinks down and it gets real tiny. And then you can take the tiny slingshot and plant that in the ground. And then when you press another button, maybe it grows big, whatever. You can use your imagination to do the story. The important part is you want to get these people that you know in front of you and launch them up and out onto that cloud. And know that what you're doing is you're asking for or envisioning or feeling what it's like for them to have all the good things they want. And you know what some of these people want because you have relationships with them, or you had a relationship with them. So you know what their hopes and their dreams were. You know what their strengths are. You know what their opportunities to develop are. And you want to imagine that for them. Imagine them thanking you for slingshotting them up to that higher elevation. It's really great. This is a way for you to prepare a place for them. And hey, you're going to feel awesome just by doing this because you're going to feel like you have tons of goodwill for other people and that you're doing something in a very personal, creative way that no one else can do, that only you can do with your specific images and your consciousness and your specific imagined ideas. Plus, it helps you, again, because it exercises your awareness. It exercises that idea that anything is possible. It helps form new connections in your brain. And it's ultimately going to lead to new memories. Whatever you envision is going to go into your memory and you're going to have that there as a pattern. And it's going to be easier to recognize that type of stuff in those people's lives. You're going to start to see it. See it when you meet them. You're going to have another picture, another experience with that person that you had in your imagination, because our memory does not discriminate against what we imagine. So go for it. Comment below on the types of experiences you have. Maybe comment on what your slingshot looks like. I'd like to see the variety of them. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Share the video. Rewatch the video. Think about what it's saying. Digest it. As you practice this type of stuff, it gets more familiar. It won't sound as crazy, if it does even sound crazy, but it won't with practice. Remember, our consciousness is the most important thing. It's the central thing. That's how we experience ourselves, through our consciousness, our observational body. So subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your slingshotting. Enjoy the world. Enjoy your awareness.